Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the live crypto trading room. Today is March 22nd, 2024, foul year of our Lord, and the cryptocurrency markets are doing things. Thank you for joining us. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any time. Starting off with BTC on the weekly time frame, as always. Whew, just had to take a deep breath there for some reason. That got me all like juiced up. You know what I mean? Like, man, let's go. It's Friday. Like, we're free. You know, like you 9 to 5ers, you guys are free. It's time to go. It's time to enjoy the weekend. All right. Let me know what you guys' weekend plans are in the chat. Bitcoin on the weekly, quick update here. Not much has changed. We are coming close to another weekly close here in a couple of days. And mainly the only thing we're watching for on the weekly time frame, as we've said, weekly swing longs are still open. We re-entered weekly swing longs on the candle closing February 5th. And we are still holding those weekly swing longs. And RSI, which we are using as our exit indicator here, crossing the signal line, has given us some whipsaw. You know what I'm saying? Not really whipsaw. It's just we got to wait till the candle prints, right? We don't want to take anything repainted because 2 days ago, we were trading below signal line. Yesterday, we were trading above. All right, I got to put my phone on silent. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yesterday, we were trading above. Now we're trading back down below. So this is why it's so important, and particularly important when you are trading. And this is one of the first rules that I lay out, and not only in our free e-guide, how to succeed with your cryptocurrency trade, or the 5 mistakes holding you back from profitable trading. I'm sorry. One of those mistakes that hold most traders back from profitable trading is, I call it time frame switching there. But in that topic, I touch on not waiting for confirmation, not waiting for a candle close, right? It's so easy. Just trade at candle closing times. That's what we do. Just trade at candle closing times, right? So if you want to trade the hourly, you only need to check the charts once an hour. If you want to trade the 4 hour, you only need to check the charts once every 4 hours. If you want to trade the daily, you only need to check the charts one time a day to see when the candle closes, see what the indicators say, and trade in that direction if you need to trade at all. It couldn't be simpler. Like, honestly, it just couldn't be simpler. So weekly time frame, we are waiting for this to close. If RSI does close below the signal line here, we will be closing long swings out. And if we do close right about here, we'll be closing those long swings out with about 30% ROI on those positions. We've come out of our second week of redlined volatility. So we're not redlined anymore. We're on our way down. Anytime we have redlined volatility, it's a time when the market is hot, the market is overheated, volatility is high, and reversals are quite likely. And the last time we got a weekly redlining was all the way back here in 2020, which was very close to the top of the market back in 2020. All right, which is kind of basically where we're at now. So nobody wants that. Everybody wants a much more powerful bull market, but I want to make sure that everything we're doing is based off of data. So yeah, it just is what it is. So pullback targets. If we do get a more pronounced weekly pullback, of course, we talked about this before, 55,000 and 50,000. More profound target. Again, 50,000 is a little bit more likely. That would be right down there at the EMA 21. But the odds of those are just less. I mean, we have to put a lower probability. Like, I'm concerned with downside protection right now, but I don't have the highest probability belief that Bitcoin is going to go down to 50,000. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Because what we typically will see with these rallies is, this is a very good example, this area of the market here, where Bitcoin was in a consolidation phase, marked up, entered another consolidation phase. And what happened? We didn't get a big pullback here, even though RSI went overbought here. We didn't get this big pullback to the EMA 21. No, price just went sideways until the EMA 21 caught up. Okay. And that's going to take for the EMA 21 to catch up at its current trajectory. I'm just going to do this kind of, there we go. So for the EMA 21 to catch up at its current trajectory, we are looking at maybe that's 10. I mean, that's 9 bars. That's 9 weeks, right? Potentially. So let's say 4 to 6, because we obviously will have some movements to the downside. So the most, I mean, there's 2 bullish things that could happen right now, like immediate continuation. Obviously that would be bullish. But what would also be bullish at this point in time is if we went sideways, right? Notice this is like kind of a rare exception, but you said, well, yeah, we rebounded. Notice that with few exceptions, when we don't tend to go sideways very long at market highs if we're going to reverse. All right. Typically we're just up there for a little bit of time and then price moves away. So we typically don't hang out too much. We don't consolidate. We usually don't consolidate at resistance unless we are going to break through to the upside, and that is considered to be obviously bullish. So that's basically what we're watching for right now. Right now, there's just not much. Listen, everybody is always eager to do something and be active, but one of the most important skills in trading is just patience and discipline. And all we need to do right now is just wait for good setups to come our way. Wait for nice, good, juicy setups that come our way where we can hold for a while. Potentially, we're seeing some of that in altcoins. But before we start diving into altcoins, we need to get a gaze on what the market broadly might be doing. So Bitcoin on the weekly, not much to talk about. Bitcoin on the daily, we have already, as we've discussed, closed long swings. Let's go ahead and hide our drawings for now. We've already, as we've discussed, closed long swings. Let's put our PTP system on here. All right, we are right now trading in this nice, beautiful EMA cluster between the 21 and the 55. You guys know this is a very, typically very good buy zone. All right, typically very good buy zone that we want to see. This EMA cluster is typically very good. What is the trade? What is the setup? What is the opportunity to watch for right now? Well, for me, I'm watching the EMA 55, which is currently coming in around 58,460 for that major moving average bounce. So I'm looking for price to come down. And looking to get limit entries filled basically at that level. This is just basically what we do. We buy bounces on the way down when we are bullish, and we of course are bullish above the EMA 55. So life's good. So just nice, healthy pullback. On the 4 hour, we do have something like a falling wedge happening, of course, which we did try to trade yesterday, but that wasn't successful. Today, potentially looking like maybe a good re-entry on the 4 hour. We might get a little bounce here on the daily. But it's Friday and we're moving into the weekend, and there's no real reason to be holding these long swings open over the weekend. I don't feel the necessity to take a lot of risk. I'm not going to be sitting in front of my computer all weekend, and I don't think you guys should be either. You guys should be going out, living your lives, enjoying yourselves. So let's just see what basically happens on Monday. But I'm not going to deny, all right, I'm not going to deny that we do have a 4 hour major moving average setup right here. If we did take that 4 hour major moving average setup, I'd just be targeting a return back into the EMA cluster back up here around $66,000. Nothing profound, nothing major. 5% movement to the upside on BTC. We could manage risk down here below the recent swing low, but of course, as you guys know, it's a terrible place to be putting stop losses. Just is what it is. Getting back to the daily, of course, we are out of long swings. We've been out of long swings since March 24th when RSI crossed back underneath the signal line. And TSI has gone bearish now. We have the TSI line tracking underneath the signal line for the TSI. Of course, we're coming off of red line volatility. We did dip briefly below 50%, but that's not quite enough, especially if none of our other indicators are agreeing. So we are still bullish on Bitcoin. We are still above our EMA 55. We are still above our EMA 200. Pullbacks are good. And the next place we'd be looking for a daily pullback would, of course, be at 58,580, roughly around this area, right at the juncture of the 55, and looking for maybe a 1x ATR bounce off of that level. Shout out to Kaitara. Shout out to DS to Crypto. Good to see you guys in the chat. Thanks again for the DGen targets. If it hits it hit 0.01, just as you said. Then oh man, come on. Magic fingers, man. I don't know. Let's see here. All right, yeah, we got the 4 hour here. Happy Friday to you as well, Alex. Welcome back, man. All right, yeah, we have a bearish hourly trend. We do have a bearish hourly trend. We were trading in this falling wedge. We had a breakout. We had a pullback, and then now we've had a throwback of the falling wedge pattern. All right, so just based on that, I would be expecting prices to potentially come down here, just on the hourly, down to 59,900. Okay. Basically making a new low before we can get another bounce back up to this vector area, basically around 64,260. And then that would potentially give us that movement down to that 58, basically where we want to be buying. Although, you know, potentially this movement to the downside, if we do get it, could be that as well, because that'd be 59,000. So that'd be just slightly higher than that 58. So that'd be just slightly higher than that daily level, but definitely things to watch for. But here's the thing, man, like weekend volatility is not very decisive. Weekend volatility is not very decisive. So again, in general, sitting out, you know, big, wild, swinging weekend trading is typically good. That's what I do. And look how young I look. Okay. What else do we got? Yeah, I'm not really seeing any hourly setups. Let's go to our reversal system here. And I have decided I need to update this. I have decided that I've been kind of beta testing this, and we have now made the official decision to make time transformation our primary reversal indicator. It's just more accurate. It's just faster. It just gives better signals. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with ICE-Spot. That's not necessarily completely fair to say, but Get rid of that one anyways. Yeah. There we go. All right, there we go. So we did go briefly oversold on the hourly here on this latest dip down. You can see how time transformation did accurately call these two tops right here. Little hidden bullish divergence, little hidden bearish divergence, little hidden bearish divergence here. Life's good. We don't have any like regular bullish divergence. We only have 1, 2. I mean, this is technically 3 drives down. On the hourly, but I mean, in a broadening pattern. So if we were to go back up to the top of the channel, then I could definitely see, you know, over the next maybe 6 hours, price going up to 64,754. That is if we do not, that's, I guess that would be a little iffy though, based on the pullback into the falling wedge, based on this throwback pattern. But I mean, big picture, I don't see any setups right now that I feel are really juicy or worth taking. Again, you know, maybe like normally I would love to see like an oversold signal on a retest of the breakout line. And these are zones, right? So zones are important. But I think I'm good for right now. I think I'm good for right now. We can get rid of these for now. We've already kind of played that out. We already took our opportunity to try to take a swing. That movement failed. Well, we didn't buy here. We bought on the pullback, but that movement failed. All right. Ethereum similarly on the hourly. Ethereum is giving us a slightly stronger buy signal right here on this pullback. There was some unnatural volume too here as well. So pretty big sell coming into this area, and then pretty strong buy candle. Yeah, I mean, I could see maybe 34.83 for the maximum of this move to the upside if we get that, but I'm not really too eager to swing long here. I'm not going to lie with you guys. I mean, that's pretty nice though, right? That's pretty nice. So yeah, if it wasn't a Friday and if it wasn't the afternoon, I would probably swing long on Ethereum and potentially Bitcoin here. This is a pretty clean looking setup on Ethereum actually. As far as descending channel, descending wedge breakouts, which as you guys know is kind of like the only pattern that I really like to trade. Aptos is looking great. Kaitara says. Boris says, I feel like the 55 EMO was front run a couple days. I think if we break 60K again, we flush down to 54, even 50K, test the 20-minute EMO on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how I'm feeling too. That's basically how I'm looking at the market as well. Again, I'd like to, I want to be a little less calling for downside targets. I don't want to be that guy. There's plenty of other people out there in the market doing it, right? I want to be biased to the long side because we are in a bull market. And that can be hard to do. It can be hard to maintain your bullish bias when prices are going down, right? Take a look at Solana. Solana is double bottoming a little bit right here on some regular bullish divergence and oversold on the hourly. Kind of go up. 4 hours similarly as well. We had a nice buy signal here on the 4 hour. A double bottom here as well. Currently oversold on the 4 hour also. You got regular bullish divergence here. Actually, that's not even regular bullish divergence. But I am calculating advanced price action. So yes, it is. Baseline. We're going to turn off the qualifier. We're going to turn off those. Yeah, so listen. Maybe a 4 hour bounce. Maybe I could see a 7% movement on Solana back up to 182.46. Just 180. Let's just call it 182. So I could see Solana moving up $10 today. And then we would face resistance at 183. We've just been unable to get back above the baseline here. There we go. Let's see here. We do want to. I wonder how well. I want to see. Sort of like a 200. It's a little cleaner, but. I mean, either of those are pretty good. The 52 look kind of private. Cool. So then I don't think we actually need this. And the only thing I think we might need is BBWP, of course. volume is always good. All right. Trend following traders look at price and only price to tell us which way the market's moving. And that's about it. Let's see here. We do have some regular bullish divergence here on Arbitrum as well here on the hourly. Let's think about this for a sec. Pretty sharp sell-off, markup, pullback, support, and higher low. So yeah, we can clearly see that there are buyers here in this zone. And I bet if we put the RVP on, we could see it with a little bit more clarity as well. Yeah, we can see this high volume node shelf basically right here. And whenever you're using an indicator like the VRVP, I don't know why it was so big, sorry. Whenever you're using an indicator like the VRVP, it can really help you identify a few things. A, where movements are likely to fail, right? So it's very common for price to wick up into low volume nodes, which I'm going to highlight right here. And you can see that this is exactly where the rally stopped because this is a low volume node, right? Price rejects away from low volume nodes quite quickly. And we can see where the range is, right? We don't need price action to tell us that. We can use the VRVP. We could basically see that we are at support right now, okay? Down here, we either want to see wicks down here, right? So we could set basically limit bids. If we were trying to be real snipers here, we could set limit bids for 56.92. 1 second. All right. So yeah, I do see an opportunity there on Arbitrum. Let's talk about Phantom. Phantom in a very nice uptrend right now. I think just the EMA 200 on the hourly. All right. Yeah. Just the EMA 200 on the hourly. Yeah, so Phantom has been in a beautiful uptrend, guys. So much TVL locking onto FTM. And I think we're at, yeah, I mean, this is like not near all-time high, but it's moving up very nicely. We can also see here that we've just kind of absolutely zoomed through a high volume node. Okay. Absolutely zoomed through a high volume node. Let's mark off that low volume node. And this is, yeah, this would be the next one. So I would expect price to because we shot, yeah, so we had this, And then we broke through very quickly, entered this consolidation area. Broke through this one very quickly. Now we have a much wider consolidation area. Like, we don't have a low volume node to run through on Phantom until we break through 147. If we break through 147, we go to $2 very quickly on FTM. Okay? But the challenge now is just this high volume node right here. We can see that there's actually quite a bit of consolidation and trading in here. So if Phantom does not immediately reject and put in, oh, so we have a pullback target for Phantom down at about 94 cents. That is equivalent to about an 18% drop. That's where I'd look to be a buyer on FTM. Yeah, unnatural volume right here. Yeah. Yeah, I would probably be a seller of Phantom right now. Buy the pullback and then attempt to hold for the next break. That level to watch. That level to watch is right here. Yep. But listen, guys, don't let me stop you at the same time. Like, the only thing I don't mega like about this is that we've gotten very far away from our EMA. 50% above, 40% above, 20% above, 23% above, 25% above, 27% above, 30% above. Yeah, and that one was pretty impressive. Obviously, that was a big. Was that a rally? That was a rally out of consolidation. Yeah, that was a parabolic movement where we went 60 up, and then we went 40, 30. Yeah, so we're right there on the average. Like, it, you know, there is one example there in this rally of a 50 and a 60% move above EMA 200 on the hourly, but the average has been 20 to 30, and we are 30% above EMA right now, which would typically be your first sign of a correction. We got the time transformation hourly sell signal right there. One candle off the top of the market. And then, yeah, here's even the pop back candle. Yeah. Found a stock with a better chart than Bitcoin. NVO. Diabetes pays off in America. Yeah, man. You got to go long on Ozempic, man. Oh, my God. I can't believe that BRB sign's still there. Why did nobody tell me? Come on, chat. Like, you guys aren't even trying. Oh, man. What's going on? Yes, to Chris. Oh, man. It's happening. It's already happening. It's already happening. Oh, man. Oh, You know, I don't even like doing the show. Yes to crypto. Do you know that? I don't even like being here. You know? Show up every day. Nah, man. Thank you so much, man, for the 5 gifties. Smashing that member goal today. I appreciate you, my brother. We've got Mr. H, Lil Drip, Paul Singleton, Sean Daly, Joel Jones, gifted memberships. Let's get some thank yous in the chat for Mr. Yes to Crypto. Making all this happen for you guys. Bringing you guys an early Thanksgiving, Christmas, April, 4th of July, Easter, all rolled up into one, because that's what a membership at Kraken Cryptocurrency is like. It's like Christmas, Easter, spring break, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, all rolled up into a nice, beautiful package. Make sure you guys go check out your access to our exclusive private Discord chat room that you guys are going to get access to with your membership. All you have to do is inside of Discord, just connect your Discord account to your YouTube account. You can do that from your user settings and connections tab. All right. Why are we? I'm on the wrong. Go to the daily on here. That's crazy. What are we looking at? Looking at OP, right? But I gotta save this. I gotta save this setup. Okay, save that, and then we'll do a little refresher. Okay, life's good. Load up that EMA template. Go down to the hourly for optimism. All right, so we do have volatility crush right here, and we do have expansion. Midline. This should be at 20. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, crypto. And later, please revisit DGen and COQ. Absolutely. I got you, my man. I got you. Yeah, man, that's a pretty big OP dump. I'm not gonna lie. I think OP moves up. Deviation, return to range. The only thing left for OP is to reclaim the $3.62 mark, break above that hourly 200 EMA. And then I think we could be good for long swings there. I'm really liking Sui here. Sui is actually looking pretty decent. Could even potentially draw it like that, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to co-sign that. That seems a little extravagant. You know what I'm saying? I guess the main question here is if we deviate outside of this channel, do we buy the dip? Right? I think, you know, Sui does look pretty strong. Hold on. Excuse me, I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry about that. Oh. Yeah, Sui could be very interesting here because Sui's been very strong. Sui is now broken out above this demand zone. Retraced 40% from its high. And then was able to put in basically a nice 70%er here from the low to the high. But we've been trading in this just very choppy, volatile range. Yeah, Prophet Bear, welcome to the conversation, man. Yes. Yeah, so I'm a bit of an idiot, and I redid the memberships at the beginning of this week, and I did not realize that when I did that, I didn't realize that when I deleted the level, that it would cancel everybody's subscription. Yep. So I apologize for that. But it was going to happen eventually. You know, obviously in retrospect, I wish I wouldn't have gotten 50 members before figuring out like, oh, wait, we actually need to change these tiers. So I needed to adjust the tiers to be in line with my vision, with what I actually want, with how I want the memberships to work, with the access that I want to give everybody to the Discord community. So yes, if you would like to continue supporting us, yeah, change this. If you'd like to continue supporting us, please please resubscribe to one of the new tiers. We've got the crypto enthusiast tier, which will give you access $5 a month. That will give you access to our private Discord chat room where we share alpha and insights. And then for I believe it's $25 a month, you got access to that and Shiris' Signal channel. And for $50 a month, you'll get access to all that and my Signal channel and Reflex's Signal channel. So that's how we're doing things. All right. Yeah, so Sui could be quite interesting here. Maybe around $1.67. We could also, of course, watch for a breakout of this kind of channel pattern after having a nice markup phase like this, breaking clearly above resistance. We've now pulled back. We've now pulled back to the level of previous resistance turn support. So we could find support here too. You know, personally, you know me, I'm a bargain shopper. So limit bids around like $1.67 would probably be good. Chainlink. Man, isn't that nasty, right? Like, so here's the mistake I made with Chainlink. Can you guys see the mistake I made with Chainlink? I entered this trade yesterday. Okay. I entered this trade yesterday, falling wedge breakout. Okay. And obviously the future is not yet writ. We don't know how this rally will play out, but I made a mistake here. And the mistake I made was with my entry. Okay. I mean, listen, you know, we could be pedantic, right? Like, was it a mistake? You know, I had already saw a pullback, right? I saw the break, pullback, retest is exactly what I said yesterday. This is the day that I took this trade, was yesterday. And then I missed this. I missed the pullback. So then I saw price breaking out above the high and I entered long here, right? And clearly that was not the play. Price then did give a much nicer pullback down here to our channel line. And that was probably the entry we might have waited for. So again, you know, it would be easy for me to sit here and like beat myself up about it, but there's no point in doing that because you have winning trades and losing trades. It just is what it is. It's part of the process, part of the system. But I can just see here the mild improvement that I could have made on this trade was essentially not being so greedy to be like, okay, well, I missed the pullback, so I'll just enter on the breakout. No, that's not really the idea. The idea is to enter on the pullback. Because if I would have done that, if I would have waited for an entry here, which I would have gotten over here, my stop loss most likely would not have been hit by now. And I would be in profit at the current moment. Let's see here. Suggestion, raffle off a top tier subscription every once in a while. Gate it by number of viewers, i.e. if you hit 50 simultaneous viewers 2 days in a row, give away a membership. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I think that's an absolutely fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. I can do bets with you guys too, right? You know, I can do bets with you guys too. You know, like, hey, I'm going to enter this trade, and if I don't hit a take profit within 5 minutes, I'm going to gift you guys a membership. But if I do, you're going to gift me a membership. You know what I mean? We can have a lot of fun with it. So we turn this into the prediction markets. You know what I'm saying? This prediction market's going. Guys, let me know how the volume on the music is. I did turn it up considerably today because, again, on replay, like I could just barely hear it. And I don't want the music to be like overwhelming, but I want it to be there. I want you guys to have a pleasant viewing experience, and music helps with that. Music's good. All right. All right, so we can delete this. We no longer have an active chain link position. Matic. I could see Matic moving up here too as well. Kind of a nice W bottom here up into a range consolidation and then pull back. I mean, obviously we're still below the EMA 200, so we're actually inclined to be bearish here. XRP USDT, this is the short that is actually doing good. Okay. We shorted XRP USDT yesterday. I kind of explained this ad nauseum. We've already hit take profit 1. This was a signal that was posted to all the members of the premium trading group and in my premium signals channel. And yeah, I mean, I already talked about this yesterday. Basically, we have this falling wedge breakout, but XRP has a very high throwback rate. And XRP is pretty famous for these like random pumps that sell off. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired today. And yeah, so random pumps sell off. So yeah, I just shorted it. You know what I mean? Not too much to talk about there. Let's see here. Maker. Yeah, Maker USDT is pretty decent here. Again, you can see time transformation, buying up this dip, buying at regular bullish divergence here. No signal here. And then printing that sell signal here. We are getting some buy signals coming in right now on Maker USDT. Maker could be a decent buy here. BNB. I mean, BND is struggling to maintain the bullish bias here. We've got 1, 2, 3. This is our third touch on support here. We were able to successfully make higher highs each time, but generated an actual sell signal on this movement. No buy signal yet. But volatility did spike up real high. V-Chain's bearish intraday. Need a break above 42 cents. And then people were talking about APTOS. Yeah, APTOS does look really good. Looks like we might have a little regular bearish divergence here, though, on APTOS. But, you know, we're in a bullish trend, so I don't think about it too much, I guess. Nah, I don't like that. Just the EMA 200 here is sufficient. Very strong, nice level of support. Do I see a trade opportunity at APTOS right now? No, not really. That's about it. I'm not really seeing anything that like I said, I'm not really eager for a trade on a Friday. I'm gonna hold risk open over the weekend. The things I did see, of course, you know, we're watching for now on BTC. I mean, BTC's got to hold above 66,000. BTC holding above 66,000 makes a run, you know, back on the high, very, very likely. But we've got to maintain above 66,000. We've got to maintain above 66,000. Right now, we're just in no man's land. With regards to Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum's got to maintain above 3,500, and it's not. So we'll see what comes the weekend. Solana is decent. I'm not giving up on Solana yet. Solana could continue its bullish trend, but we have now made a lower high, and we're struggling to hold the support of 167. So Solana is struggling to hold the support of 167. You know, coming off of a very nice rip and rally, lower high, again double bottom support maybe, but we'll see if we can take out 195 on any kind of secondary rally coming off of this potential bottom. Right now, I'm neutral on Solana with the option to go bearish. Arbitrum is, of course, bearish. Arbitrum does need to get back above $1.75. All right. And Phantom is very nice and bullish here. Price will probably come back down here to 96 cents, though. So I'm bullish on Phantom, but I think that the rally will pause and we'll get a pullback here. Yeah, you know, I think that's the move. XRP short's doing real good. Oh, I do need to. There's one thing I gotta do with the XRP short though. Because we've hit TP1, I need to move my stop loss into profit. Let's see here. What's my entry price? 6317. So like 6245 probably. There we go. Just going to lock that in as a profitable trade. Let's see where my stop loss should be. 121 and yeah, that's fine. USD position size, let's say $2,000. NX leverage 20 is not going to do it. And let's set that stop loss at 121.20. And as far as TP for Phantom, say, let's say $1. I think I can dig that. Let's go. All right, so looking for Phantom to drop back down here to the EMA 2. Ilya asks, can I look at Dogecoin? Is this a good entry? All right, let's find out. Let's see here. Okay, so from a weekly perspective, okay, I would like to say yes. All right, I would like to say yes because we have this chart. Okay. We have this Dogecoin chart and we have this very long period of consolidation, right? This very, very long period of consolidation, which starts here. And okay. We have this very long period of consolidation, followed by a pretty long period of falling wedge. Or maybe just a falling channel. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get, I guess. Now, if we look at this consolidation range on Dogecoin, we can see that inside this consolidation range, there was one attempt at markup that failed. The second attempt at markup that failed. A third attempt at markup that failed. Generating a weekly sell signal there, actually. And now finally, a nice breakout above that consolidation range. All right, finally a nice breakout above that consolidation range. So, yes, I would like to say this could be a good weekly entry on Doge. We always face the risk, okay? Of course, we always face the risk that this will be a fake breakout, but from the perspective of the weekly chart, this is the first like really significant movement that Dogecoin has made. And there's a lot of Dogecoin believers out there. There are a lot of Dogecoin holders, all right? And Dogecoin, I mean, it is 80% off the tie, but hey, you know, who's counting? You know what I mean? Like who's counting? You go boing, Mr. Munns. That boing out of here this morning. What's up, man? So yeah, from the perspective of the weekly, I do think this is a potentially good entry. Okay. We can mark off our HVN range high, range low, basically right here. Okay. Let's go down to the daily. So we've got our HVN range high. We've got our HVN range low. Okay. And what we need to see is ideally, okay, we don't want to see price close below 12,726. All right. Basically the low that was put in. We don't really want to see price close below that because then we'll be entering a low volume node. And if we enter a low volume node, then we'll probably go down to the next range HVN, which would be, you know, below a penny and that, or below 10 cents, excuse me. And that's not ideally what we want to see for Dogecoin, right? We want to see this rally continue. So if I would say weekly perspective does look good, coming down to the daily for more granularity, you want to be a buyer as close to this level as possible. And you probably don't want to be in the trade if the daily closes below that level. If the daily closes below that level, you probably want to rethink your life decisions. Other thing we could watch for is, of course, a range breakout of almost 18 cents here at this point in time. The HVN range high. That comes with all the dangers of buying breakouts. Enjoy the NCAA, my friend. Yeah. Dogecoin on the daily, I'd look to be a buyer as close to 13 cents as possible. Failing that, a breakout of 18 cents would be good. Close below 13 cents is starting to look very poopy. Intraday. Intraday for Doge looks kind of interesting. Yeah, beautiful period of markup right here. Red line volatility leading to a reversal. One, two, three drives down, W bottom formation, breakout reclaim. And strong deviation between the lows. I'm not sure about Dogecoin here intraday. Not 100% sure about Dogecoin intraday. Rachel Cruz, thanks for the sub on YouTube, my friend. Okay. All right, let's buy requests now. Let's shift on over to DeFi. All right. We'll start off with DGen. All right. So on daily time frame, looks like DGen hit another all-time high today. Okay. The current candle body, today's daily candle, is a doji. Doji candle has a small body and long wick to the upside and downside. Okay. Doji candles are typically considered indecision candles, right? Buyers and sellers have equal strengths. You know, buyers were able to push price up, but sellers were able to push price all the way down. Buyers were able to bring price all the way up, and they've met in the middle. That's why it's considered an indecision candle, because just the price action is letting you know that at one point throughout the day, buyers were in control. At one point throughout the day, sellers were in control. And now that the day is coming to a close, they're kind of meeting in the middle and agreeing to disagree, right? I wish more of us could do that. Don't you wish more of us could agree to disagree, right? Wouldn't the world be a better place? But beautiful. Hitting my, well, I mean, barely, right? Almost grazing my next posted take profit target for DGen at 104.90 or 104.87, excuse me. So didn't quite make that on the daily time frame. see here. Yeah, RSI did go overbought for the second day in a, excuse me, for the second time in a row. And we did see the last time that DGen went overbought on the RSI, we did go sideways for 3 days and then had a bit of a pullback. So seeing something like that now wouldn't be entirely uncouth. We pulled back to the EMA 21 at that point in time. So if we went sideways for like 3 days and then what, maybe we pull back to not 66, like a 20% pullback. So let's go down to the 4 hour. I think we can probably get rid of the fib now. I mean, that's a very large sell candle. That's a very large bearish engulfing candle. I am not going to lie. That's a bit scary. Yeah. See what we got going on here. Hold on. Base one. Doesn't really look the same. BWP low. Yeah, volatility got crushed. Volatility expansion. Yeah, it's kind of a tricky one because listen, I don't like that 4 hour vector candle right there. That's pretty nasty. Here's another example. So just a bearish engulfing candle. All right. And the reason those are so scary when they come off the tops is those become very strong resistances to get over. So anyways, like we'll just do this the proper way. We have the bearish engulfing candle. So the way that we do this, there is a method to this madness. We mark off the candle body of the engulfing movement, right? So we can see that why is this candle a bearish engulfing candle? Because it engulfed this bullish candle. All right. So we mark off the candle body of the candle that was consumed or engulfed, right? That's basically, this is now the resistance area that price will struggle to get past. Why? Because, looking for my, yeah, sorry. Because a lot of people sold on this candle. Okay. And other market participants see that. Now, this isn't a futures market where we would use the terminology of, oh, the shorts will defend their positions. It's not like that. But everybody else saw that a lot of people decided to sell here. And so if price gets back up here, market participants will decide, well, hey, maybe I should take this opportunity to sell as well, right? That's the kind of the reasoning, the psychology behind it anyways. And so this becomes a pretty stiff area of resistance for price to get over, all right? We do usually, you know, we don't always necessarily return to that area, but that's what I would be watching. So I would be wary of this area, 89.18 to 95.51. I would be cautious of that area. Well, I mean, we are starting to kind of look like, I mean, we've had a nice period of markup here, and we are starting to kind of look like we might want to get a more pronounced pullback, maybe down here to the EMA 55, 55.43. EMA 21 has kind of already happened, 72.57. So we are, listen, just one sec, guys. Yeah, it should be fine. 30 to 330 coloring. Yeah, it's fine. Here at 230. Let's see here. Thoughts on alchemy? Yeah, to DJ, it's a large bearish engulfing candle because it hit a penny. The big thing meme-wise in the ecosystem. You know, but yeah. Hitting a penny is kind of a big deal. Yeah, so listen, man, like hitting a penny is, I didn't even think about that. That's the kind of psychological marker as well, because this has now become a very important level of resistance, right? Obviously, you know, we have upside targets of 16 cents or, you know, 1.6 cents, 1.6 cents, 16 cents would be amazing. Everybody's like, oh my God, 16 cents. Like, honey, we're getting a bigger house. But, yeah. We do have a nice bullish trend. So again, in a bullish trend, pullbacks to our major moving averages are to be bought. All eyes on kind of the first level of support at 72.03, seeing if that holds. If the support of 72.03 holds, then most likely we will range between 72.03 and 9,000. Not 9. Until one side breaks. All right, until one side breaks. But I will say that if we do hold support at 72.31 and we can run up and tap 9,000 like 3-4 times, then again, it'll depend on what we look like next week. But I would say then that becomes more likely that we break to the upside. For now, I would be cautious on DGen, right? Again, you know, you brought up an important point. Hitting a penny, a lot of people get trigger happy, and that is a very strong bearish engulfing candle. So again, just following principles here, principle trading, marking this off as a pretty significant level of resistance and being wary of that level of resistance. Other than that, as far as DJing goes, I think life's good. Make sure you guys listen, as always when we're talking about meme coins and stuff and people. 16 cents, it's manifested now. As always, guys, just make sure you're taking profits, guys. Make sure that you are enjoying the ride, enjoy the wave, but make sure that you are selling in small increments along the way. You know, gotta make it like this big thing, like, oh, let me get out, let me sell at the top. Like, life's not like that, man. Just sell in small increments, like on the way up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in general, my rules for all DeFi coins are once at 2x's, I sell my initial investment, and then I just take profits on the way up. You know, I'll add on dips and stuff. Degen fundamental analysis. More airdrops get distributed in 1 week, so there will be selling pressure. Yeah. So you're looking for tracement down to not 5. Yeah, so basically down to that 4-hour EMA 55. What's that on the daily? Well, it's where the 21 daily might be in like a week's time. Back around the zone. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that happen. Yep, I see that as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a logical area. Because last time we pulled back, we basically just pulled back to that kind of previous resistance. Well, a little above the previous resistance, but significantly so, obviously, because this is just like starting out. Now we've actually got somewhat of an established market. But yeah, I mean, looking at this, it does kind of look like it's pullback time. Yeah, it's looking like degen pullback time, most likely. But simultaneously, we're on base chain and everything's blowing up on base. So I say that, and like tomorrow, it could be 20 cents. So. Yeah, sorry. I'm just tired today. Yes, to crypto's making me stream longer. Ilya had asked about alchemy. So let's look at COQ real quick, and then we'll look at alchemy. COQ, not much has changed here since yesterday. We have a couple of things happening at once. Big picture, price is evolving in a broadening ascending wedge, aka bullish megaphone. It has respected that pattern very well. Once we broke out and double topped, we threw back into the range, threw back into the bullish megaphone. And we've now traded in a falling wedge all the way back down to my pullback target that I had identified. Did hit that pullback target. And basically all we're looking for right now, if I remember all my squiggly lines, pullback target, stop loss down here. And we do have our ultimate measured move all the way up here at 79.86 for COQ for the next leg of this rally, which is another 80% move to the upside. So just watching closely, because if we break down out of this structure, then and then see it, then we got to look for another setup, right? We just have to look for another setup. Let's see here. Velodrome and Tails got selected by Optimism for the next round of grants. Velo will use it for next round of Tour the OP. I think price was already pumped by insiders, or is it time to load up? I have not looked at a chart of Velo in a while. Let's go look. I know that Aerodrome is very, very, very high. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't even seem right to me. That'd be right. That's so crazy. Shouldn't be a thing. I mean, that's an insane amount of volume that came in 3 weeks ago, excuse me. I don't know, that's a really good question. I feel like I feel like this is not the best chart of Velodrome, though. No, I guess it is. Yeah, no, I guess it absolutely is. Let's go do a little on-chain analysis. Velodrome Finance. Nope. See, let's take a look at our metrics. Got a Gini index. Got total amount of holders. We've got age consumed. Performance circulation. And coins age band. Network activity. Let's do the active addresses 24 hours. The active addresses 30 days. Helpful and addresses. Action count. Volume E. 30-day RV. All right, a lot of data to look at. So first off, with regards to the price of Velodrome, okay, I think that we have a good opportunity here. We can kind of see somewhat of a similar pattern over here. Like, remember, guys, when we're looking at altcoins, what are typically good setups to identify is when you notice a long period of accumulation or consolidation, okay, and then price breaks out of that accumulation or consolidation range and enters into a phase of markup. I mean, these are usually like how you make the big bucks, okay? So identifying something that looks extremely boring and then waiting patiently for that breakout, right? And then swinging long or accumulating near the bottoms, but that comes with its own thing, right? So I see that we have something quite similar on Velodrome now. I don't know why I just had to draw there, but I'll take it. Trash that. So all I was trying to say is that we have a similar setup, right? We had, basically a big Velodrome crash, right? Crash. Long period of consolidation and then breakout of that consolidation and then pullback, basically, right? So we have this breakout here and then we get a nice juicy pullback, and we've had this breakout here. It kind of looks like we're getting a nice pullback. Okay. So, potentially setting Velodrome up to start climbing back up to its highs of 20 cents. So yeah, I think that Velodrome could be a good add up here. Gini index is at 1. That doesn't surprise me. Total amount of holders has actually been decreasing. So this is not, this looks to me like it has not yet been front run. We can also see that the number of active addresses has been declining on Velodrome as well. Okay, so retail hasn't gotten into this yet. Here's the 30-day moving average of active addresses. You can see it reaching its peak in here in April 2023, and then basically falling off since then. Daily active addresses in decline. Transaction count on the decline as well. So again, not being front run, but we can see the recent rise in transaction count, which is quite good. Transaction volume USD is basically remaining nice and stable here. So it doesn't look like we're super overheated. And MVRV ratio. I mean, we kind of already missed the opportunity. Let's go price. Why? Yeah. So we've basically come out of the time of cheap Velodrome is what the MVRV ratio is suggesting, because we were trading below realized value. Market value was trading below realized value for quite a while. And then we've now had a big run up in MVRV running all the way up to 136 and now pulling back down to the 0 line. So it's a nice kind of centered oscillator signal is what we want to see here. Basically return to support and looking for some type of expansion. So yeah, Velodrome is actually looking pretty good, man. It's got a catalyst. It's got good price action. It's had an adequate period of consolidation for it to have been accumulated by people who are probably willing to hold it a little bit longer than we are. It's got a nice period of breakout here, and we've got a nice pullback. Pretty significant pullback too. If we go back and look at that chart, I mean, that's like a 50% pullback. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty safe area to take a bet. Like I'd be looking at this range right here. I'd be looking to be a buyer like right around here. All right. Basically ensure this SR flip. And here's the thing, if we close down below the level, if we close down below like 7 cents, get out of the, get out of the, I mean, Alchemy does not look too bad. I mean, definitely pulling back now. But after reaching an ATH, you know? So your breakout level on Alchemy is 4.5 cents, 0.044. That is the high volume node range high. It's also the previous level of resistance where the previous rally on Alchemy stopped, and it was also previous support for Alchemy back early days after its initial launch. So I would be a little hesitant on Alchemy Pay here. We certainly are in a bullish trend. Pullback zone would be down here around like 0.026, so about 2.5 pennies would be the pullback target for Alchemy Pay. And then seeing if we get bottoming signs there is what we would want to see, making sure we hold that level. Now 3 cents could hold. Okay, 3 cents could hold. That would be quite bullish. Again, so for trade setups right here, I would either be looking for that pullback to 2.5 cents, or I would be looking for a daily close above 4.5 cents at this point in time. Because a daily close above 4.5 cents would be pushing price into the low volume node. And if we can get into the low volume node and tear through and get to 6 cents, then that's a high volume node. We can consolidate there because there is liquidity there, or there will be liquidity there, or there was liquidity there in the past. So Alchemy Pay does look interesting. We are a little high up, and we've got a double top here. Okay, so I would kind of be hands off on Alchemy Pay. I would mark off those dip levels like that 2.5 cents. I would set an alert for 2.5 cents. And if price dips down to that level, then we could take advantage of that. Or I would set an alert for that 4.5 cents. And I would buy the breakout of price closing above 4.5 cents. All right. Guys, gals, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday. Okay. Hopefully you guys were able to take some of this advice. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something. I had a good time. But the time has come for us to say goodbye. Time has come for us to say goodbye. All right. Must wrap up for the week. The weekend awaits. I hope everybody enjoys themselves and has a fantastic weekend. Take some time to go outside, get some sun on your face, get some nice walks in, guys. Go for a hike, climb something, get fit. It's beautiful out there. All right. Summer's coming. Don't stare at the charts all weekend. All right. You're worth more than that. All right. Thank you guys. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section down below. Make sure to smash the like button to help support our YouTube videos, and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys would like to join our VIP community, you can do so by becoming a channel member or signing up for one of our exchange affiliates. All the information on that is in the Discord, links in the description. If you guys would like to join the coaching and mentoring group and get help building your very first strategy, get access to our premium tools, our premium indicator suite, our weekly coaching sessions, and our weekly swing trading signals, then you can find all that information on our website at krakencryptocurrency.com. I love you guys. Be good, trade safely, and I will see you guys on Monday.